Hey DCC, and welcome to another edition of Morning Coffee. I know that there's a common subject that's always on everybody's mind around New Year's, and that's this the idea of New Year's resolutions. And I think that became very apparent this morning when I was at the gym at 6:30, and I constantly go to the gym around 6:30 in the morning, and it's usually empty and there's plenty of treadmills to choose from. And this morning there was very few. So all these people coming back after the New Year's, making resolutions and coming back in. But I think there are a couple of things that caught my eye this morning. As we were walking into the gym this morning, there's a guy that's walking in front of us, and he has this big, huge, you've probably seen him, these 7-Eleven big gulps that are ginormous. And he's polishing off, like, I don't know, like a whole super tanker of Mountain Dew. And then he walks in the gym, throws in the trash, and then gets up on an elliptical bike or something like that. And so I just thought it was kind of hilarious, right? And then later on, as I was working out, I see this guy on a preacher curl machine and just using poor form and only just, barely just kind of pumping his arms like this, and so not doing a whole lot to actually work his biceps. And so it was kind of funny, and it just struck me as well. I was sitting on the treadmill thinking about it, of how many people just kind of check off the list of, hey, last year or the last 6 months or the last 2 months or 3 months or something, I haven't been going to the gym at all. And so I'm just happy that I'm here, right? And so a lot of times we approach resolutions and we approach our lives and we approach things to make us better and to build us up. And even as Christians, how we approach discipleship and how we approach, us trying to spend more personal time with God. And we approach the same thing. We're just happy that, our efforts are somewhat better than last year. Maybe I'm getting up in the morning and having a quick devotional, or maybe I'm, reading scripture, or I'll read through the Bible in a year kind of program or something like that. And yet, just like the people in the gym this morning, it can do very little good, right? And in the end, if your goal is transformation, right? They're coming to the gym because they want to get in shape, they want to lose weight, they want to do something. And if the guy continues to have big gulps every morning before he jumps on, the bike and powers through 10 minutes and then walks out the door like he did this morning, he's really not going to see any substantial change. And so what do we know? In 30 days, 45 days, so on, eventually he's going to quit. He's going to stop. He's going to not do it anymore. And so I think one of the things that we always got to be mindful of is that it isn't just good enough to add a little bit I'm doing a little bit better than last year. I'm doing, at least I'm showing up. At least I'm spending time with God. At least I got up, 20 minutes early and try to have some prayer time. Because in the end, that's never going to sustain us. Why somebody goes to the gym and why you work out and why you do cardio and you go with a plan is because it's this, you need to have a strategy that affects you as in a holistic way, right? So if you have the right diet, approach with the right exercise, with the right resistance training, then you can get a desired result, right? But if you don't practice proper form and you have a poor diet, then going to the gym and checking that off your list for 10, 15 minutes isn't going to matter a whole lot. You're not going to get transformation. And it's the same way in our personal lives and our time with God. If we approach this year with just being satisfied that we did a little bit better or we're doing a couple things, you're never going to have transformation or significant growth in your life, and eventually it's not going to sustain itself. You're going to fall off the wagon. You're not going to continue to get up in the morning. You're not going to spend time with God because you really haven't set out a holistic plan for life change. And so what I'd love for you to do this week as you start to think through resolutions and things that you want to do different this year is think of a plan that's more holistic. Think of ways that you can institute things in your life that are going to actually make a significant difference because you're doing them in tandem. Maybe you're spending more time in prayer, but you're inviting your wife into it. You're having accountability. Maybe you're bringing some type of mentor into your life that can help impart wisdom to you and help teach you some things that you don't know. Instead of just going through a Read the Bible in the Year program and hoping that, somehow through osmosis, reading a few scripture verses every morning is going to somehow significantly change the character of who you are, right? And so just go through this week and really try to focus in on what is a holistic approach. What are some things that I can do that's going to make that life change stick, that's going to make it more significant, and something that I can, continue through the rest of the year. All right? Have a good day.